Hello, hello. We are back. It is,
There we go.
It is, okay, now we're here. Now we're here. Hi. And it is raining again here. We've lost internet once.
Yes.
Hopefully all will be fine.
Yes.
If for some reason we are gone, we are also recording this here, so it will be posted again later, just in case something happens.
That's right.
But, hey, we're online, all's well. So welcome for now.
Rainy day here in Michigan, that's for sure.
Yet another rainy day. It's been the rainiest summer ever.
Absolutely.
I'm
Agreed.
tired of the rain. I'm so tired of the rain. But we don't have a gajillion questions or anything today.
We're pretty
so
light today.
I think this will be maybe a half hour or so. But all right, let's get started. What are we talking about first?
Well, I get this question an awful lot, and the question is, when can I go back to my regimen post-peel?
Right. Obviously, as long as your skin is done peeling and everything's feeling normal again, if you're more sensitive, that could be a few more days extra.
Right.
If you're not sensitive, it could be the day where you even still have some flakes on.
Right.
But generally, once all that flaking is done, you feel good, you can just go right back to your normal regimen. Just kind of follow the rule of thumb. If you put something on, like, let's say serum 15 or something along those, and it's like burning more than it usually would,
Sure.
then, stop that, go back to that in a couple of days. But, normally all your normal creams and serums and stuff, those should all be fine unless there's like something acidic.
Correct.
But yeah, we get that all the time, and I'm just like, I swear that's out there. I guess not.
Well, and with the weekly peels, it's, they can go back a little quicker, of course, than if they're doing a TCA or a Jesner. So it might be a little confusing.
That's always another question. It's
Yes.
like, how does that work into my schedule? And it's kind of like, even though a lot of these acids can be done every single week,
Yes.
it's almost better if you do it every other week, because then you can do one solid week of your treatments and then, stop your retinoids and whatnot for, 4 to 6 days, or depending on if it's a light peel, 3-4 days.
Right.
And then you can do your peel the next week. Now you've got all that time, and then you can do your whole regimen again, because it's like, otherwise you're only getting maybe a day or two to put your retinoids on and use your acids, and then you're back to peeling again, and people are getting frustrated with that. So try for, twice a month instead of every single week.
Perfect. Another question that I get often is, when can I resume applying my makeup post-peel?
Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, obviously, and that even that day, like sometimes people are like, hey, I have to go to work and I just did a peel.
Right. Oh,
You can, immediately after peel, as long as your skin's not irritated or anything like that, you could put makeup on. It's going to look fine that day. It'll probably look okay the next day.
Right.
But like after that, once it starts drying,
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
it does not look good. You look much, much older.
Yeah, it settles in those wrinkles and the peeling skin, and it just...
Especially powders and things like
For
that.
sure, yes.
Like, I always kind of say, like, use your, I like to use, like, the Flawless.
Yes.
Obviously, this has a little tint in it.
Yeah.
So when you put this on, it's not heavy like a makeup, but you get a little bit of subtle covering, so you feel like you put some makeup on.
Yes.
And then, of course, go ahead and put your eye makeup on, your lips, a dab of blush or something. You look fine.
Yeah.
You look fine.
Most people won't even notice.
Most people won't. The people you see every day, they might ask, but, well, then, hey, tell them you're doing a peel.
There you go. All right, so my first question is from Maria. She's from Florida, Fitzpatrick 3. She says, is there more anti-aging benefits in using Fusion A as opposed to Luminosity? I have both, not sure which one I should continue to use.
Well, Fusion A and Luminosity are the same thing. They're just different percentages.
Yeah, one
right.
is stronger.
So Fusion A comes in 4 different percents. We have the 0.15, 0.25, 0.35, and 0.55, which is also Luminosity. And we just call it that. It says Luminosity because we have our Luminosity method. When you're doing your either a TCA or Jesner peel, you can add on Luminosity after you've rinsed that off, and for the next 3 to 5 days. It helps you to peel a little bit more aggressively and you get more benefits from vitamin A. But I mean, it could have just been 0.55. The only reason it says luminosity is because we're kind of using it for more than one purpose. I would suggest not starting with a luminosity by any means. Unless you're coming from a, 0.1 tretinoin prescription and you're like, I just don't want to use it anymore. I want to go down to something over the counter. You could potentially use that every single day, but it is they're all different vitamin A's, and different vitamin A's have different effects, different downtimes. You might have some flaking with that where you didn't have flaking anymore with your tretinoin. So, 0.35, 0.55, just don't be in a rush.
All right, so Gabriella is from Italy, Fitzpatrick 3. I am 70 and have had good results with your peels some months ago. I have your anti-aging cleanser and toner, vitamin C, GABA infusion. I would like to order your Matrixyl and Regenerate, but I am unsure on how to use them. When should I use them and how do I layer them?
Well, as with everything, we're always going to apply things thin to thick. So sometimes that's just all you need to know. Just keep that in the base of your head. So you're going to put your serums on. They're always the thinnest. And then you're going to work your way up. Sometimes there's thicker serums, like our vitamin C. That's a thicker serum. So start with your thin serums, then your thicker serums, then your creams, then your oils, then your SPF.
Perfect.
And the only thing you have to think about, and you don't have any of those in there, but if you had an acid serum, like serum 15 or something along those lines, something that is alcohol-based, either that or Fade Bright, these have acids and alcohols. Alcohol serums can technically go on before a water-based serum, so you would put those on first. But since you don't have that, I would put my Matrixyl and Regenerate on, and then, your vitamin C, then move on to your creams, and you're good.
Yep. Okay, so Patricia from Waynesville, North Carolina, just says wrinkles. I'm not sure if she's looking for a peel, a regimen. We have all those on the front page of our website where she could always use the tool to help her or email us.
Yeah, that's the easiest way, because giving you we would have to ask a whole bunch of questions.
Yes,
do you want a lot of peeling? Do you want a little peeling? Do you want a full regimen? What's your skin type? All that. We can just avoid all that if you go to either the Regimen Builder tool or the Peel Finder tool on the front page of our website. It's also on the video page. I think it's also on the transformations page. There are links to these. And you just take the little quiz, and it's going to tell you everything from, cleansers all the way up to, eye creams and all this kind of stuff. And then same thing with the peel. It's going to keep in mind what your skin coloring is. So whether you need to prep with Fade Bright, if you're doing a TCA or Jesner, all of that's in there. And if you've taken that and you're not sure and you want to have us, outline this specifically, well then email support@platinumskincare.com and we can help you with that. Or call us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're here Monday through Friday, 9 to
we're happy to help.
4:30 Eastern Standard.
Okay, next one is from Andra. She is from Washington, Fitzpatrick of 2. She says, how do I return the skin in your hands to a youthful appearance? My hands are so crepey, it's just very embarrassing. I've had fillers in fat transfer, but it doesn't change the crepey skin.
Right. So, a couple of things. Number one, some exfoliation. So I would, think of things like we have our Triple Treat body lotion.
Yes.
I would also consider things like Fusion A. Like when you're putting this on your face, you always have a little leftover. Put it on your hands before you go to bed. I always, whatever I have left over goes on my hands and my arms.
Same.
So you need some acid. Yes. And then this is just every day. And then we also have this other product by Dr. Burkhart called Crepey Skin Escape. So, as the name suggests, this is for crepey skin. And it has DMAE. It has a lot of thickeners and smoothers. Obviously, the copper is regenerative, helps with flush away damaged tissues and regenerate new tissues. Super anti-aging. You just don't want to put this on with acid.
Correct.
So if you're using triple treat one day, like a lot of people like to do this on their whole arms as opposed to just hands, right? So I would say go ahead and use like your GHK at night, and then during the day you can put your triple treat on.
go.
And then obviously you can do a peel too. You know, do a peel once a month. I would suggest like the TCA 13 or TCA 20. Do a couple layers on your hands once a month. That will also help to get that off.
Absolutely.
So yeah, lots of things you can do. You've already done the hard stuff with the injections and all that kind of stuff.
Right,
Now
right.
doing the skin and making that look beautiful, that's the easy part now.
All right, so Gini Tackett is from Florida, Fitzpatrick 3. How do I improve over 60 skin that still has breakouts and large pores?
Well, if you're still dealing with breakouts, and I would too, if I didn't use the same products every day to control acne, I would have acne too, and I'm in my 50s. You know, everybody, your skin just is what it is. Hopefully one day I won't have this issue, but I do.
I struggle with it too.
Right? So, I mean, follow the acne regimen, which is AB cleanser and then regenerate.
That's my go-to.
Yes, this is really
Yeah.
anti-acne
Yeah.
and very anti-aging.
Yes. I
You
cannot
know?
be without that one.
Yes, and then vitamin B complex. So this is like your morning. And you can, of course, add in other anti-aging things, add
Sure.
some drops of matrixyl, add whatever you want. But this will help with acne. And then at night, you're going to do the same thing, except you're also going to add in regenerate or a retinoid. I think
Fusion, yes, you have Fusion.
yeah.
Absolutely.
add in your retinoid at night, and that is what's going to help with the pore size. You know, if you can we have a video on that on the website too, kind of explaining why, you know, not everything helps your pore size. Retinoids help your pore size, and IPL helps your pore size, and really that's it, nothing else. As you get older, your pores get larger. Those are the only two things that you can do to quote unquote shrink them.
Correct. And they do look larger if they are not nice and clean and, you know, if you
Oily
don't-
skin.
Yes, if you're not doing a lot of exfoliation.
Yep, but that will help. And it's also anti-aging. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this AB cleanser, yes, this is for acne, it's got salicylic, but it's got also, you know, 11+% acid in it. So this is going to
Correct.
exfoliate and
Absolutely.
smooth everything, and stimulate new tissue growth. It's very, very anti-aging.
All right, Chris is from Auburn, Alabama. How long after a peel do I wait to exercise?
Yeah, we have a video on that one too. So if you want to see what it looks like, let's say if you go and exercise and get some sweating happening before your skin is ready to peel, what happens is you get those sweat-filled looking,
Yeah.
it looks like a blister.
It
It's not a
does.
blister, but because there's no wound there, but it doesn't look pretty. So you really want to wait until your skin has like broken through and actually started
To
flaking.
flake, yes, ma'am.
Once it's flaking, then you're okay because that skin's all going to come off in the next day or two. But you don't want to sweat in advance because obviously those are not very pretty looking if you've got
Yeah.
sweat-filled blisters on your face. But it's also not good because it can cause the skin to come off earlier than it should. And if that skin is prematurely released and comes off, then you could have red areas and those can turn into brown areas and lead to hyperpigmentation. So yeah, once you're flaking, you're good.
All right, Christine
long.
from Ohio.
We're such a quick question.
That was a one sentence or two. Okay, so Christine from Ohio is Fitzpatrick 2. If doing weekly or even bi-weekly peels like 40 mandelic or 15 salicylic acid, how do you incorporate using fusion retinoids when you need to stop using a few days before and after? Kind of like we talked about at the beginning of the live here.
Yeah, so try to do your peels every other week. So you can do your peel this week, get all your flaking done, and then you'll already be starting your retinoid probably day, 6 or 5 or 6, depending if it's a really mild peel, you're not going to get a lot of
Yeah,
dryness or
she's
flaking.
saying her skin actually doesn't seem affected, by using it soon thereafter. So she must be pretty acclimated to the retinol.
Right, and some people are okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, And the reason that we stress stopping so far in advance is because there are some people that react quite extreme. Like Mandelic is a very mild peel on your skin. You know, it
Correct.
causes some dryness. Sometimes you don't even see the dryness, right? Some dryness, maybe a couple flakes here and there. And we've had people frost from a Mandelic peel,
Yes.
which the first time I heard that, I was like, no
Yeah.
way.
We were thinking they mixed up bottles or something.
That can't be. That's just, it's just not strong enough to do that. But what it ended up being is that they used the retinoids for too long. They didn't stop, maybe like a day. I think one of the people even stopped 3 or 4 days in advance and still got that frosting. So everybody's skin is different. Your sensitivity levels are different. You could be like me. Like, I feel that if I was doing a Mandelic, I probably wouldn't even need to stop. But
Right.
I probably wouldn't even need to stop. I'd
Yeah.
be like, you're using my retinoid today and do my peel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't affect me, but it affects other people. And if you're testing that out, always start by, waiting that 4 to 6 days. And then if you want to like inch closer and closer each time, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, go ahead and do that. But
Right.
don't just try it the next day, because if you end up frosting, that's a lot deeper peel than you planned on.
Correct. All right. Donna is from Frisco, Texas, Fitzpatrick 3. I have completed 2 TCA 20 peels. I am trying to diminish current wrinkles and age spots on my face. Do I keep up with the monthly, or should I switch to a different chemical peel? I know this takes time, although I feel at times after a peel I get additional scars from the new peels since my skin is more sensitive to the sun. I also use Serum 30, Fade Bright,
I think it'd be like retin-A.
retinol. She has tretinool.
That's a combination.
Yeah, 0.5. So maybe it's tretinoin 0.5.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Is there something strong I should be using to get faster results?
Well, you need to take your time and understand that you've only done 2 peels. So, yes, continue on once a month. That's
Yes.
enough. And then make sure you're using daily products like, Fade Bright. You have your retinoid, so that's all good. And I would say be very careful. Like you're saying, additional scars, but I don't think you're really getting scars.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what you're getting. I don't know if you're not putting adequate sunblock
Well, she says
on.
yes, since her skin is sensitive to the sun, so I feel like it's
And it's
pigmentation.
it's probably extra sensitive because you're using Serum 30 and retin-A every single day.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That is very, very aggressive. Your skin is probably like, and the peel. So I feel like you need to, for sure, either alternate your Serum 30 and your tretinoin every other night, or just add that Serum 30 maybe 2, maybe 3 nights a week.
Right.
Don't use that so much because that is really, really strong. Or mix it with something else and dilute it down to a lower percentage. Equal part of that and an equal part of another serum is going to give you a 15.
Yeah.
Mix those together, put it on, so you can maybe use it a little more often.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But when you go out, make sure you're putting enough sunblock on. Number
For sure.
one, like you should, especially if you just did a peel. Like I will admit, I don't always put a lot on, but I know I'm going to be inside 90% of the day. But when you're, going out or you're very prone to this, I mean, you make sure you go the whole finger length here.
Yeah.
Like spooge that on there. I mean, you need to put enough to actually get adequate covering. Wear a hat.
Yes.
You should not be getting additional marks after that. And you're going to have to be careful. It's not like you can just go out and sit in the sun by the pool or anything like that. We need to be really careful.
And make sure that you are pre-treating for that 2 weeks before to turn that melanin down as well.
Yeah, and
Especially
you're a
with the 20.
Fitzpatrick 3, so I mean, some you could be possibly into that olive skin
Yeah.
a little smidge. Maybe your heritage is more prone to getting post-inflammatory, like if you're Italian or if you're Mediterranean
Yes.
or if you're, Asian heritage of some sort. You're going to be more prone to those. So you
For
should be
sure.
using that Fade Bright every single day, twice a day.
Agreed.
But yeah, just continue on, but cut back with those high percentages every day.
All right, Beverly Nichols is from Sunnyvale, California, Fitzpatrick 1. I have used TCA peel twice. First time I repeated the peel after 2 weeks. This time I will wait a month. Why do I have to wait a month before I can repeat the peel? Depends on layers, right?
Yeah, first of all, depends on how many layers. So
Yes.
if you open, I want to say it's page 14, this is going to tell you exactly, well, it's going to give you a range. So let's say, we don't know what percentage TCA you
she
did. Let's
doesn't
say you did the 13. One layer, you could potentially do that every 2 weeks if you wanted. But if you're do like 2 to 3 layers, now it says one time, every 2 to 4 weeks, because it's estimating from 2 layers. Some people have very sensitive skin, some people have extremely resilient skin. So that's why we give you this range, but you always want to err on the side of caution. Usually I would say for a TCA peel like that, like once a month. And it's not just, everybody feels like the second their skin's done peeling, well, they should just be able to do another peel, but that's not it. That's your visible top sign that, okay, that layer of dead skin is gone. But, when you applied that acid, it didn't just, take those top layers off. It goes deep in your skin and it stimulates collagen and elastin growth and all this kind of stuff. You have to allow that to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to interrupt that.
No, let that, I mean, literally, if you can go 5 weeks, go ahead and go 5 weeks. Don't rush it. People do the same thing with like needling and IPL and all this kind of stuff, and they just want to go, 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 go.
True.
But your skin is busy regenerating.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, constantly saying, no, wait, stop, and I'm gonna, attack you again. And, you never allow your skin to reach its full potential. So the downtime is just as important as, your peeling, as everything. I mean, you have to wait.
Yes.
You want good, beautiful, healthy skin that has enough layers on it to protect you adequately. I mean, you need to wait the time.
Yeah.
It's important to wait.
Yeah, pace it out.
Just because you don't see what's happening, there's a bunch happening.
Oh, yeah. Lots of great things under the skin.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Bev is from Chicago, Fitzpatrick 2. She said, I did 3 TCA peels last winter. March was the last one. I also used the Dream Peel afterward. Can I use Dream Peel during this off time? If so, what would the regimen be? And should I back off with the TCA a bit when I start again?
Well, Dream Peel is once a month. So, I mean, you follow your normal regimen, whether you're doing a TCA plus Dream or just TCA, just Dream, they're all once a month.
Yeah.
So nothing's really gonna change your normal regimen.
Right.
You stop any retinoids, strong acids for, 4 to 6 days, do this peel, and then get back on your regimen again. It's the same as when you do the TCA. When you start TCA again, this is actually a question that we get a lot too. People are like, well, I was doing, 4 layers of, let's say TCA 13. And I haven't done a peel in, 3, 4, 5 months. Can I start again at 4 layers? And it's like, well, that maybe, but I mean, you're gonna know as you go along. I wouldn't make that my goal of that peel if it had been months and months.
Yes.
I mean, I would maybe go for 2 layers, see how that
reevaluate.
feels.
Yeah, reevaluate every 5 minutes, and you make that determination.
Yeah, make it as you go. Don't don't have a figured out idea of, I have to do 4 because I used to do 4.
Very true.
No. Work your way up to that again.
All right, so Brianna's from Texas, Fitzpatrick of 1. She said, is it okay to do a peel on the entire face but only do additional layers / swipes in some spots at the same time? 1 layer on the eyes and multiple layers everywhere else, all in the same peel session.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's actually the way that we suggest to do it because, yet again, here's another question. People are like, well, can I only treat the spots?
Yeah.
Well, sure you can, but then you're going to end up with your skin's not going to be quite even. You're not that it's visible to you or that you'll be able to feel, but you're taking more layers off if you're just Q-tipping it on a couple of areas. And if you keep doing that, then your skin's gonna be uneven. So the thing I always suggest is to do at least 1 layer on your whole face, wait your 5 minutes and then go ahead and do the extra 1 or 2 layers on your real problem spots. Then everything stays nice and even, it's always freshly turning over. But now how long should you wait? So let's say you only did 1 layer on your
Right.
whole face,
Right.
but you did 3 layers on, an area here and here and over here and here. Well, you need to follow, if you did 3 layers, well, you need to wait the time for 3 layers.
3 layers,
Like a
yes.
month. Don't
Yes.
think, well, I only did, 1
One
layer
layer.
here, so I can do this next week again, right? No.
Right.
Whatever the maximum amount of layers you put on, that's when you have to wait.
All right, so Susan is from Pennsylvania. She doesn't say her Fitzpatrick. I love your peels. I used it, unfortunately, not as much as I should. I need a peel routine that I can do more often without 4 to 5 days downtime. I use Retin-A and vitamin C daily.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
we're
she
not-
does have oily skin. She did say that.
okay, but you don't want, 4 to 5 days downtime isn't very much, but when you are saying downtime, you're talking about heavy flaking, like from a TCA
Yeah.
peel, or are you talking about just subtle dryness? Because if it's just subtle dryness, I would suggest something along the lines of just using like Serum 15, on a, 3 to 4 times a week to get your exfoliation instead of the peel. But if you're talking about, I do TCA and I've got all this heavy flaking and I just can't have that, well then move down to a milder acid, like, a Mandelic 40 or Mandelic 22 is really, really mild. You'll still feel smooth, you'll get a lot happening, but you won't have to deal with a lot of dryness. Like you could probably just, do an enzyme mask in a few days and all that kind of dryness will be gone. So, depending on what your situation is, those are your alternatives.
Awesome. Well, that is the last question, but I have a couple other little points here we want
Yes.
to touch base on. I have received the question quite a bit. We have switched over to the foaming cleansers, and we've had, some people question about, they feel like they're using more of that cleanser.
Yes, I had somebody just the other day say, I don't like it because I used to only do 1 pump with the gel, and now, I'm using 2 pumps and I feel like I'm gonna run out of this much quicker. You're not, okay? Just understand that 2 pumps of foam is still not even
Equal to
a quarter of a
right.
pump of gel. Like you got a big glob of gel and then you've got 2 big pumps of foam, and yeah, they're big in your hand.
Yeah.
But that you're
Right.
not wasting more product, trust me. Our normal cleansers would last, if you were using a pump in the morning, pump at night, I would think you would get about a month, maybe a month and a half out of that bottle.
Yeah.
Maybe. With this, 4 pumps a day, so 2 pumps in the morning, 2 pumps at night, is still gonna last you at least, we counted, now I don't remember how many we got, but
over
it was
300.
between 4
Yeah, it was well over 300 or 400.
and 5.5 months. That's for the 5.5 months was if you're using 1 pump. So
Yeah.
if you don't have makeup, 1 pump is actually plenty
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get a good clean. If you have makeup, you want to take that off, 2 pumps is good. But when we had our tester, and I had, I had a smaller bottle, and let's say it was half full, and I remember, it's right here at this mark. And I'm testing it and using it every day, using it every day, using it every day, using it every day, and I'm like, I don't even think this has gone down.
Yeah.
It literally, I had that bottle, I think it might have been about a 2-ounce size. I had it for month and a half.
Right.
On a little tiny little 2-ounce size.
Yes.
It lasted forever. So yeah, there's a lot of air, there's a lot of puff, but you're not wasting product. So yeah, rest assured. And just like anything new, you have to get used to it.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
different. It's not a gel, it's not a cream.
Right.
But it cleans really well. I put makeup on and bronzer on and sunblock on, and I do my 2 pumps. And and it says, you're supposed to rub this around on your face for between 15 and 30 seconds. I'm usually in a rush. Let's say I do 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
My face is squeaky clean when
Right.
I'm done. This works great. So, I know it takes a minute to get used to something different, but
Right.
I,
And keep in
I
mind that's
love it.
7 ounces versus our previous cleanser is 6 ounces.
That's true.
it
We
is an
upped
extra
the
ounce.
size as well.
Correct.
And that's like not tomfoolery or anything like that. It's not like you're not getting longer time just because of that.
No.
I mean, yeah, you're getting way longer. You're getting probably like a month and a half longer.
Right.
But
It's because of the foaming bottle only comes in certain sizes.
Yes, and we needed the bigger size. We didn't want to make a tiny, it was like a 2-ounce size
No,
was the
no.
option for so long because of like hand sanitizer.
Right.
But yeah, this is amazing. And if you do like the pump, the 3-in-1,
Yes.
with the scrubby beads,
Yes.
I mean, that can't be a foam. So
Right.
that's still in the pump.
Yes.
And that's the Mandelic one.
Perfect. I think we're going to talk a little bit about an upcoming event that you are trying to coordinate.
Yes, and this is, you know what's so fun is it was actually one of the people in the group that
Yes, I saw that
suggested
post.
something like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea.
Yes.
Like we all do a peel together. So
A peel party.
Yeah, we're literally gonna have a peel party. And we're gonna do this in just a little bit under a month. So, you know, everybody should be, you know, prepping, using your retinoids, using your Fade Bright. Make sure that your skin is nice and ready to go, all prepped. Stop your retinoids 4 to 6 days in advance. We'll give you the exact date really soon in the Guru group.
Do we know the format yet? How this is going to transpire? Or
We're
still
gonna
working
do
out
it
the
on
details?
Zoom.
Okay.
So with Zoom, you can have up to 49 people like spotlighted on the page.
Fun.
So like we can all just see each other, and I'm gonna walk everybody through. Me and Dora will be here, and we're gonna walk everybody through doing, well, any kind of peel you wanna do.
Yeah.
Really. I will probably do a layered peel, like a TCA peel, so I can demonstrate layers and walk
Right.
through layers with you. But if you're doing a Mandelic peel or a single layer peel, that's fine. You can do that too, because every peel starts the same.
Right.
They're all, you do the strip, you apply the peel, you wait your time frame, and the only difference is, you know, if you're doing a Mandelic, when your time's off, you just rinse it off.
Yeah.
With TCA or Jesner, you just apply the next layer. So you'll be able to also follow through and see how multiple layers are done. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Will they be able to ask questions, or how will
Yes.
we? Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not a Zoom user.
I've never
but
used Zoom, so this is going to
I've
be
used
interesting.
it in meetings for other people, but I've never hosted.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
So
We'll
I'm
figure it out.
doing some crash
got it.
courses. I need co-hosts and people to spotlight people, to put them on the screen and all this. And we will have, there's like a Q&A section so they can ask their questions. And that's probably what you'll be doing
Yes,
as
I'll
I
be
like walk
moderating
through.
everything.
You'll be
Sounds good.
moderating. Maybe we can get Andrea on there. She could probably
Oh.
moderate too.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a great idea.
Answer questions. We can get Darren on there in case anybody's having any issues.
Awesome.
So we'll all be on there, and we're thinking it's either going to be a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, possibly Saturday, because I'm kind of leaning towards Saturday, just because maybe more people would have an opportunity to be on.
Right.
Because we're Eastern, and we're so much, we could be like hours and hours ahead of other people.
Right.
So we're thinking if we do it maybe like 6 o'clock or something, you know, it'll still be at the very earliest, like 2 o'clock maybe on a Saturday afternoon for some people on the, what is that, West Coast or.
Yes.
So yeah, that's fun. So start your engines, get preparing, get your skin all prepared and healthy, and
Place your orders. Get your peels.
right,
in
yeah,
hand.
be ready.
Get your goods.
Be ready, and then we'll just keep posting things in the Platinum Skincare Guru group on Facebook. But if you're not on Facebook, don't fret. Just, email us, or we'll be emailing out details too. Talking about, hey, we're going to have a peel party. And it's not going to be on Facebook.
Right.
We'll post it there. It's going to be on Zoom.
Yeah.
So everybody can, and it doesn't matter if you're social media, anti-social media, I get it.
Right.
It'll be on Zoom so anybody can
That's fun.
do that. So that'll be super fun. I'm looking forward to that. It'll
Something
just be super fun.
interactive,
I'm like,
yeah.
what a fun thing to just and I want to see everybody on there. Like, don't be hiding and keeping your cameras off and all that kind of thing. You can turn your camera on.
Yeah, for sure.
And you will be on that screen, and we're all going to be putting it on at the
their
same time.
picture will be so tiny on there, like this box, so nobody will really,
right? You'd be yeah. Let's try to get enough people
That'd be
on there. That would
fun.
be awesome if there was 49 people on there all at once doing a peel. That would be just so much fun. But
That would.
yeah, so that will be coming in mid-September before
Sounds
you
good.
leave for out of
yes,
town.
I'm taking a little vacation. My daughter is graduating at the end of September. So
Yay, Dr. Chloe.
yes, she's going to be my chiropractor. So
All right.
I'm so proud of her.
Well, that is it. So, like I said, hey, we didn't have a ton of questions to get through today. We threw in a couple extras that we
Yeah.
always get. I think we talked about everything we have to talk about. So
Just make sure that nothing came in.
yeah,
while
let's
we
just
were-
double check real
Nope,
quick.
we're good.
Nope, we are good. So we're gonna say goodbye.
We'll see you
And
later.
we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.